I moved my foot and I kicked my cooler over, and so I broke my cooler a little bit. But yeah, this corner of it came off. So yeah, just a random little bit of information since I used my MacGyver intelligence. I say I have, but yeah, I got some really skinny little strong healthy twigs, and I just stuck them through the styrofoam. Because yeah, I'm trying to keep ants out of here. That's why I got this cooler. So yeah, just a tip, you can use sticks for that if that ever happens. Now I'm just showing you the trail where the dirt biker that drove by me yesterday rode up. There's a straightaway here that he gained a lot of speed, and this is the turn he took at that speed. And yeah, that was pretty fast how fast he went. That's dangerous, going up this turn that fast. He slowed down a little bit for this part. Yeah, he didn't slow down much though, and he could have ran into those trees. And then as soon as he got here, he just fucking revved it, and he went straight up this hill. He was going fast up this hill. So yeah, I've named these different areas, different things, so I don't get lost in here. And I'm only taking a couple of trails and making sure I remember where they go every time I take it. Yeah, this area, I really like this spot. We call this the Field of Pines. It's like a field that just has a ton of skinny pine trees on it. Yeah, this is the top of the hill where the dirt biker went up. And up ahead, there's the jut. Okay, here's the jut. Yeah, this part was easy to memorize because it's the only part where it juts into the ground, this trail. This mossy cliff. And yeah, there's another trail that is a little bit south of this trail. And if I take that trail, it has a part where it juts a little bit like this. Not like this part. This is the jut. And I remember this part because the next area I'm about to arrive at is the clearing. Or I call it... Oops, sorry, I got distracted by a shroom. Pretty sure that's one of the Inpanel gibba. Yeah, that's an Inpanel gibba. It's edible. It can form a knot in your stomach. I'm pretty sure it's because of the stems. If you just eat the caps, they are just a very healthy, luscious mushroom. There's a few more of them. I don't want to eat too many mushrooms because of just other things that could possibly be on them, even if they are known to be healthy to eat. But yeah, let me pause the video real quick before I get to... Oh yeah, I was going to say, I called it, before the mushroom distracted me, I call it, though, this area up here is called the Westfeld clearing. Because I call this whole area I'm in right now the Westfeld. Because I am just a nerd, and I like Elder Scrolls and stuff, and it just feels like the Westfeld. You know, and then there's a clearing up here. Oh, right now I just want to show the magnolia tree. This is one of my very early episodes. There's a bunch of magnolia trees that grow in the wetland in my last campsite. Yeah, there's a park that has a really big magnolia tree. Maybe I'll be able to show that one day, but yeah, I'm gonna pause real quick and you'll be at the Westfeld clearing. Just another quick spot that I use to memorize where I am if I ever get lost. I call this the downed oak. The big downed oak. And yeah, there's just a little tiny detour that goes around it, so just important to memorize where you are so you don't waste too much energy trying to find your way back. Okay, finally made it to the Westfeld clearing. Oh, by the way, on my way here, I couldn't help but to pick this. I'm pretty confident that this is an Inpanel gibba. That edible mushroom I ate the other day that gave me kind of a good, happy feeling, but it didn't really, I wouldn't say it was psychoactive. Yeah, I'm just gonna pluck the stem off of it, and I'm willing to eat this one because, yeah, it doesn't have the urine smell. The urine smell is something that's not a full look-alike. The mushroom can look similar to it, but knowing where I found this, it was all along an area that has that mushroom, so I probably will actually eat this one. And yeah, this clearing is really cool. I can tell that this must have been where the dirt bikers may have parked when they came dirt biking up here. So I'm gonna do some tracking. It rained a little bit, so the tracks are pretty covered already. It's only been a day, but yeah, it rained enough. I do see some small hints of some dirt bike tracks, but I don't see any truck tracks. But yeah, I really considered camping over here. It feels like a real campsite over here. It's really nice. But I'm glad I didn't, because the dirt bikers probably parked there to unload their bike. And I don't want to be too invasive in that experience. They actually had a kid with them. They had a kid also dirt biking. It was two, I think one was an adult with a red bike, and then there was a teenager with a orange bike. And then there was a kid with a green bike, smaller bike. But this is the furthest I've walked up to here. This leads to the road. And I'm sure that's a posted sign that says no trespassing, all that shit. I don't camp anywhere near here. I've been told different things about these signs. All I know is the common law down here, since I work at the liquor store and meet everybody I probably already know. The person that comes here in dirt bikes is probably somebody who's a customer at my store. Here's another one. It's a big one, so I gotta take it. Yeah, that's what I'm here for. I'm that guy that really doesn't lose anything testing these damn shrooms. Because I know what I'm afraid of, and I know not to take a huge bite into something I don't fucking know what it is. Hell no, that's not gonna happen. This one, I'm gonna do the same thing I did last time. I'm gonna lick it, wait 15 minutes, take a tiny bite, wait 30 minutes, and then I can put a little on my sandwich. After I double check, I'm also going to double check online that that's what this is. I'm going to look at my history and really take a look at all the different shrooms that look like this. So that's the amount of precautions that I've realized that you have to take. I really did not mean to get into shrooming. There was just a lot of shrooms out here and I couldn't help myself. I kept looking at them. And I'm realizing this is actually a really good hobby for me, because sometimes I do get drunk and act a little crazy. Another way I keep track of where I am is that this tree right here has a pink thing tied around it, and yeah, this is the trail, the southern trail. I tried taking one of the southern exits from here, and it did not necessarily connect with that trail. It went all over the damn place, and I just wound up cutting through the woods once I was able to see the straightaway. But yeah, these weren't intended to be shrooming videos. It's just kind of what I'm up to lately. That guy, I wanted to make a video with that guy in it, but yeah, when I went up to him, he was nice enough, but I think he just has some kind of disability. He's got some difference in the timing of when he talks, and there's a lot of strange things it doesn't seem like he really knows about and understands. But he was really nice, and I did charge up his backup batteries, but the thing is, he's got a bicycle. He gets SSI, so he doesn't even have to work. And then he wants me to use his chargers to charge them up at my parents' house, and he wanted me to do that every day. and he'd pay me a little bit, but I don't really fall for shit like that anymore. Every time I try to do some little job like that, it doesn't work out. I even actually offered to take a blind guy's garbage down, and he paid me in advance. But he offered that to me. Well, I didn't really know what I was doing, so I just said yes out of desperation. And then I tried to explain to him that I didn't have my e-bike anymore and stuff, and I really couldn't do it anymore. And he was mad, and I didn't have the money to pay him back either, because I really thought I was gonna do it when he offered it. But he wasn't understanding about it. He was kind of rude about it. So I just tried to stay away from that damn blind guy, because these people, I don't know how I find my way into their lives. But the way that I live is becoming evident that I was meant to be a minimalist, and this way works out for me. Here's a mushroom. Yeah, these types I already know not to eat. Just there's no point in eating them. Any mushroom that looks white like this is possibly poisonous, and if not, it's probably just inedible, where there's no nutritional value to it and just forms a knot in your stomach. And other ones can cause vomiting, diarrhea. Some can even cause permanent illnesses. But the yellow one is one that can be eaten, but I'm going to slowly taste that one. I'm not really that interested in eating it. I'm going to really let that one dry out, along with the penis-shaped mushroom I have. I'll really let it dry out, but I will end up sampling them. Oh yeah, here's the jut. So I know I didn't get lost, but yeah, I suppose that's the end of this episode. I just wanted to say that guy, yeah, he wanted me to charge his charger every day. I did tell him that you can charge it over at McDonald's. You can just go into McDonald's and sit down and charge it. It's not really that far away. I know it's exhausting to ride a bicycle down here, but you know, it's just a lot to bite off for me right now. I really got to round up the important needs that I have. I mean, the zipper on my tent broke, but luckily it had a backup zipper. But I need to make sure I have $30 to replace my tent if it does break. And I also need to make sure I have another $30 to replace my sandals if those break. And I also got to make sure I keep saving up money to get one of them power supplies. I found out that they're pretty cheap on Temu. A solar panel power supply I'm going to get, and should be able to get one for about 50 or 60 bucks off Temu. And then, yeah, there's also a portable washing machine I'm going to get. So that way, once I have that, I'll be able to do my laundry, and I'll also just, you know, use a sponge to wash off as a shower. I'll be able to use that little portable washing machine. So yeah, now we're back to the field of pines. Yeah, what else? There was other things I was going to say. Oh yeah, I was also going to mention that the guy I met over there, he didn't think those solar panel, he never tried getting one because he doesn't believe in them. He doesn't think they work. But he literally said that just because his spot was so shady. There was no sunlight. It's like, come on, all you got to do is bring it 6 feet. You'll find a lot of sunlight right here. So yeah, I'm going to try to get that. But I got to make sure I have backup money for in case things break. And then once I have money for that, I will get the solar power supply. Once I have that, I'll start digging around, you know, finding free things online and stuff. Maybe some porch lights and stuff I can get for free. I just know I can't get no solar power supply for free, so I got to save up for that one. So yeah, this is the end of episode 22. Just had to show you what I'm up to, and you'll find out, you know, what happens with the rest of the shrooms I got. And if anything interesting happens, I'll turn the camera on and make a short.